Most people think saving money is enough, and years ago, maybe it was. But today, your savings account might quietly be making you poorer, because while your money sits inside a traditional bank account, inflation slowly eats away at its value every single year. If your bank pays you 1% interest, but inflation rises by 4%, you are not moving forward financially. You are slowly moving backwards. And that's the hidden problem nobody explains. Saving protects money, but investing grows it. And at some point, every person trying to build real wealth must make the transition from protecting money to making money work for them. Today, we're breaking down the exact roadmap for turning savings into strategic investing in the simplest way possible. Saving and investing are not the same thing. They serve completely different purposes. Saving is your safety net. Investing is your wealth engine. Saving is designed for emergencies, short-term goals, and financial stability. Investing is designed for long-term growth beating inflation and building freedom over decades. Think of saving like parking your car safely in a garage. Investing is putting that car into a race where it has the chance to move forward. Now, yes, investing carries risk. Markets go up and down. But keeping all your money in cash long-term also carries a hidden risk. Your purchasing power slowly disappears. That's why financially successful people don't just save money. They strategically invest excess money after building a strong foundation. To become an investor, you first have to change how you see money itself. Most people see money as something to spend later. Investors see money as something that can produce more money. A saver thinks, how can I protect this 100 pounds? An investor thinks, how can this 100 pounds work for me for the next 20 years? That psychological shift changes everything, because eventually, you stop depending only on your own labor to create wealth. Your money begins working alongside you, and over time, that changes your entire financial future. Before investing a single pound, you need protection. This is level 1, the safety net, your emergency fund. 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved in a liquid account. This money is not for investing. It is not for chasing returns. It exists for one reason, peace of mind, because life is unpredictable. Unexpected expenses happen, jobs change, emergencies happen. And if you invest money you may need next month, you risk being forced to sell investments during a market downturn. That's why smart investing starts with stability first. Build the safety net before chasing growth. Now, before investing heavily, there's another important step: high-interest debt. Because if your credit card charges 20% interest, that debt is quietly working against you every single month. And no realistic investment consistently beats that guaranteed loss long-term. That's why paying off toxic debt is often your first real investment victory. Because every pound no longer lost to interest becomes money you can redirect toward your future. Once your foundation is stable, this is where real wealth building begins. Level 2, the core portfolio. This is the engine that does the heavy lifting over decades, and for most beginners, the smartest strategy is surprisingly simple: low-cost global index funds. Instead of trying to predict whether one company succeeds, you buy tiny pieces of hundreds or thousands of companies at once. Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, banks, healthcare, technology, energy. You buy the global economy itself. This is called diversification, not putting all your eggs in one basket. And historically, this strategy has consistently outperformed most people trying to beat the market themselves. Because investing success is usually not about brilliance. It's about consistency, patience, and time. Now here's the good news. You do not need to live like a broke college student forever. This isn't about deprivation. It's about intentionality. One of the smartest ways to stop lifestyle creep is something called the 50-50 raise rule. Here's how it works. Every time your income increases, you immediately invest 50% of the increase automatically, before you ever touch it, before your lifestyle has the chance to absorb it. Then, you can enjoy the other 50% guilt-free. That means you still improve your life, you still reward yourself, but your wealth grows at the same time. This completely changes your financial trajectory. Because instead of your entire raise disappearing into consumption, part of it permanently upgrades your future, and over time, your investments begin creating something far more valuable than luxury. Optionality, freedom, peace of mind, the ability to breathe. Lifestyle creep is dangerous because it feels normal, it feels deserved, it feels like success. But many people spend their entire lives upgrading their lifestyle without ever upgrading their freedom. And eventually, they wake up financially exhausted, not because they never earned enough, but because every raise became a new obligation instead of a new opportunity. Real wealth is not about looking richer. It's about needing less, keeping more, and building a life where money gives you choices instead of pressure. So the next time your income increases, ask yourself, am I buying freedom or just more expensive habits? And that question alone could completely change your future. This is where the magic really happens. Compound growth, the process where your money earns returns, then those returns begin earning returns too. At first, growth feels slow, almost boring. But over decades, the curve begins accelerating dramatically. This is why starting early matters so much, not because you need huge amounts of money, but because time multiplies consistency. Even small monthly investments, given enough years, can become life-changing wealth. One of the smartest strategies for beginners is something called dollar-cost averaging. Instead of waiting for the perfect time to invest, you invest a fixed amount consistently every month. When prices fall, your money buys more shares. When prices rise, your investments continue growing. This removes emotion from investing and builds consistency over time. Because long-term wealth is usually built through habits, not perfect timing. One of the biggest mistakes beginners make is waiting for the perfect time to invest. But the truth is, nobody consistently predicts the market perfectly. Not professionals, not billionaires, nobody. That's why experienced investors focus on time in the market instead of timing the market. Because historically, markets recover, economies grow, innovation continues, and patient investors are usually rewarded over time. Transitioning from saving to investing is not just a financial decision, it's a psychological shift. You stop seeing money as something that only protects you today and start using it to build your future. And slowly, your money begins buying something much deeper than luxury, options, freedom, peace of mind. Because real wealth is not about looking rich, it's about creating a life where money stops controlling every decision. So remember, build your safety net, eliminate toxic debt, open your ISA, buy the whole market, and give your investments time to grow. Because wealth is rarely built dramatically, it's built quietly, through discipline, patience, and consistency. What's the biggest thing stopping you from starting your investing journey? Fear, confusion, not knowing where to begin? Let me know in the comments below. And if this video helped you, subscribe to Rod Invests for more cinematic videos about investing wealth, building financial freedom, and long-term money psychology. Because understanding money can completely change your future.